good morning to you, Grenada, and the rest of the world. I don't know why, but it feels like a Monday morning when I know doggone well we're in the middle of the week. It's Wednesday morning here on the Spice Island. I'm waiting to say hi to those of you out there on Facebook and social media. I'm George Grant, and let's get settled up and get ready to take off on today's edition of Good Day Grenada. I am so honored. Many of my guests come in here just before the program starts, or show up on Zoom just before the program starts. But I'm going to show you that. Look at her. Look at her. Bright-eyed and bushy tail. She is already in here. Sherron, give him a wave. Thank you. There she is. Sherron Roberts is going to be with us around the bottom of the hour. Well, let me take a look at the rundown and see what's cooking here this morning. Some interesting stuff. My friends, the culture minister of Grenada, he ain't too happy about a bunch of things. Yeah. You may or may not have seen this past week, this week's post-cabinet briefing, which was yesterday. He sort of itemized a number of things that kind of ticking him off, and I'm going to share those with you. I'm sure that many of you, since Sunday, have seen a video which has been making the rounds on social media, portraying some very indecent behavior aboard that pleasure craft. Well, mention of that has been or was made yesterday at the post-cabinet briefing, and this morning you'll see some of that. I'm also going to read a statement which was issued by the Best of Grenada, which is the company that runs three operations: the Rum Runner, Runner 2, and another catamaran, High Time. Yeah, I'm going to share those with you this morning. Then we have the national report. And following that, Sherron's going to be with us, okay? So hang in there for just a wee bit. Now, Tuesday's post-cabinet briefing heard a list of things that are on the mind of our culture minister, Norland Cox, as he grasped the opportunity to get them off his chest. They ranged from the recent indecent exposure aboard that local party boat told you about. He raved a bit about the loud music that's being played in our vehicles. Not only that, he talked about the growing number of vehicular accidents. Did you see Superintendent Kerwin on TV last night talking about that? Guys, we need to be concerned. Minister Cox also talked about the lyrical content in a lot of the music that we're playing today, and especially in vehicles, okay? He also talked about the interference that jab is causing on a Sunday morning when people are trying to worship the God which this country is supposedly founded upon. Rather than me going into all the details, I want you to listen to Minister Cox yourself.
While those things are quite encouraging and there's some positive, we, from the Ministry of Culture and of course the Government of Grenada, do have some concerns as well, and a couple of them. And one of them in particular speaks to a video that is going around with some alleged actions, and the Royal Grenada Police Force has been tasked with the responsibility to look into this matter. And from initial assessment, It is not what most people think that is happening. While we're happy that is the case, but in the whole, in terms of the decorum and how it look, that is not what we want to depict as Grenadians and how we enjoy ourselves. So we want to really caution persons to carry themselves in a better manner when enjoying themselves, and that is something that we have to guard against because of our image as a country, as a people. We have young children, we have the whole world looking at us, and so we want to guard against that. But as regard to that matter, the Royal Grenada Police Force will be issuing a statement, if not today, sometime tomorrow, on that particular issue. Another issue of concern for us has to do with loud music being played by passenger vehicles, in particular, especially on a Sunday when other persons are worshiping. We ask persons to be more responsible and have some level of respect as well. We understand that each of us have rights, but when your rights go far to infringe on someone else's, then it becomes a problem. And so we recognize that that is an issue as well. Also, the issue of the vehicle accidents, again, we continue. It's an issue, it's a concern, and I know that the Royal Grenada Police Force is working hard with a number of measures to ensure to minimize that in the issue of safety for everyone. And sometimes person may say, I drive okay, but if the other person is not doing what they're supposed to, then any one of us can have a terrible experience. And so these are some very serious concerns for us. Also, there is an issue. I know sometime last year there were some concerns regarding that. Two particular issues. One, the type of music that person sing, the lyrics, the lyrical content. Again, it seems like it has been an issue. We have been very cautious from the Ministry of Culture in terms of whether or not you should be getting how involved we should get. As I said, sometimes you want to give person an opportunity to explore their creativity, to do what to find themselves in terms of preparing the calypso. But we want to caution persons against that because at some point in time, if persons do not accede, then we might have to take some remedial action in some instances. Also, we know that we are selling the Jab Jab as part of our product, our carnival product. But then again, the village jabs on a Sunday morning when persons go into church, interfering with them, handbugging, that is an issue. So we ask persons, please exercise some level of control, and we have to understand that each and every one of us have to coexist. While we know this is our time in terms of when we celebrate Carnival, but there are persons who do not celebrate Carnival, and we have to respect them as well. So those are some of the areas of concern that we really want to highlight, and we're asking persons to please accede to those concerns, because if not, then we would have to take extra measures to ensure that each and every one of our citizens are not affected in any negative way because one person wants to enjoy themselves. So we're just asking so that we do not have to go to that. We don't have to go to that level. The police, we're having some discussions, and so we're asking for some level of control by our persons or patrons or masqueraders, because we know that what you do is important in terms of the product, but at the same time, let not create any adverse situation or condition for another fellow citizen. So, again, we want to reiterate the safety, the impact that what we do, that it can have out there in the world, and people are looking at us in terms of it can affect our product, tourism product. We have our young people to protect, and so we're asking everybody to be responsible around this time. We have our visitors coming. We want them to have a wonderful experience so they can come back to Grenada. So the responsibility is not just on the government of Grenada or on the Ministry of Culture, but each and every one of us as Grenadian citizens to ensure that we provide a wonderful experience for persons coming here in a responsible way. Thank you very much.
All right, there you have it. A list, pilgrims. I think he said it all. Okay? Now, before I get to the rum runner issue, which you heard mentioned there at the top of his speech, let me say good morning to Ayu. Good morning, Margaret. You're kind of quiet this morning, but she's first in there this morning. You guys are competing, I know. Anthiarello is saying good morning. Arthur Langine saying good Wednesday morning to you, my brother George. You are one of the very best in Grenada. You trying to make me blush, Arthur? It's possible. Stop it. He also goes on to say, I'm looking for someone to pay my phone bill. Yes, Arthur. Yes, Arthur. By the way, we're putting together a package to take a look at that issue on Sunday morning. It's going to be another busy weekend. Fitzroy and Oswald. Oh, he's not Pele this morning. He's Oswald Darbo. Excuse me. They're saying good morning. Kipling Francis is sending his blessings as always. Peter Bishop's also saying good morning. And Arthur Langine, in response to that piece we just played, says, Mr. Cox, where have you been after all this long time? I'm still glad to see that you're waking up from your sleep. Okay. John Bruno is saying good morning. And Margaret Francis, Margaret's awake. She's awake. Margaret says, does the rule regarding the loud noise only apply to calypso? Or should I say non-Christian music? What about the churches that play their loud music and preachers using loudspeakers in residential areas? Tell me about it, girl. There's a church, 2 buildings from here. And if this place wasn't soundproof to some extent, on a Sunday morning, you people goose cooked. Noise. You know, sometimes I think there are people who think that God is deaf. You know, he's standing up there in heaven. No, he's not. Without opening your trap, he can hear you loud and clear. Ann Thomas is asking, what would Jab Jab bring to Grenada that's foolishness for the long runner? For the long runner. Okay. Kipling says, what a shame promoting Grenada to the world as the Jab Jab capital and feeling proud of doing so. Margaret comes back here and says, see, I only hear complaints about noise when it comes to certain kinds of noise. I know of areas right now where these churches make noise all day on Sunday and weeknights too. My neighborhood. Ann Thomas says, bring back the Spice Island spices. Hubs sell. That's her. I guess she meant herbs. Herbs sell. That's what's going to make money. Jobs wouldn't make money. Huh? Well, she says here, job. Well, I guess, yeah. Sherron says she probably meant jab. Folks, take your time. We're anxious to hear what you have to say, but we also want to understand what you're saying. Oh, take your time. Now, there was an incident on Sunday aboard one of the rum runners, and a statement was issued by the Best of Grenada on, I think it was on Monday? Yeah. And I want to share that with you. What I'm reading here, I'm quoting verbatim from the statement issued by the Best of Grenada, okay? Best of Grenada Limited, operators of the Rum Runner, Runner 2, and High Time, has become aware of an incident which occurred aboard one of our vessels on Sunday, July 7th, 2019. This vessel was on a charter to a private promoter in the run-up to the annual carnival celebrations. A video circulating in social media has been made available to Best of Grenada Limited, who wishes to disassociate itself, its management, staff, and crew from the incidents recorded in the said video. Our company finds this offensive and disturbing, both morally and socially, and deeply damaging to the reputation of the company. All charterers are provided with a list of cruise rules. Of specific relevance are rules numbers 3, 5, and 9, which address this abhorrent behavior and are grounds for termination of charter arrangements. That this incident was not drawn to the attention of the crew who were engaged on the main deck and became aware only after the fact via social media is a matter under review. The public is assured that this behavior in no way represents the standards or morals of Best Grenada Limited, its owners, management, staff, and crew. Currently, this matter is under review by the relevant authorities, and Best of Grenada would appreciate the cooperation of anyone who is able to assist in identifying the individuals involved. Following this detestable incident, the operations of Best of Grenada are under review at this time. Updates will be issued if and when considered necessary, and this statement was signed by Andrew Baczynski, who is the managing director of the Best of Grenada. Now, I am hoping to have Andrew on here tomorrow morning, in which case we will ask Alan to just step aside for tomorrow morning. And I expect to know later on today whether or not that is going to materialize. Okay, Pilgrims, let me take a break and then we'll come back with the... before I do. Ann Thomas, I'm going to try again. I think she's republished her statement. Ann says, bring back spices on herbs to sell for Grenada. Jab will not do anything for Grenada. In the long run, production in the long run. And Dennis Charles. Good morning, Dennis. Folks, here comes our break.
Good morning. Grenlek Meter Reader.
Morning, Mr. Meterman. I'm glad I caught you. Last month, I got a very high bill, and I don't understand why.
Last month, we were not able to access your meter, so we had to estimate the bill. This will happen if we don't get an actual reading.
So, what can I do to ensure that my meter is easily accessible?
Well, you can get your licensed electrician to move your meter outside of the gate or directly in front of the house. That way, I'll have easy access and I won't have to deal with your dog.
Ah, Butch.
Yes, dogs can be a problem sometimes. On one occasion, I was attacked by a dog and police had to get involved. Customers who don't want to cage or tie their dogs should really move their meter and make it easily accessible.
Well, I'll consider that.
Thank you.
Grenlek, energizing our Grenada.
You don't know how many hurricanes will be coming this season, so you need to be prepared. At Hubbard's Hardware and Building Supply departments and Food Fair supermarkets, everything from canned foods, flashlights and batteries, to plywood, tarpaulin, lanterns, roof repair kits, water tanks, etc. are available. For over 90 years, we've helped you prepare for and recover from storms. Hubbard's Hardware, Food Fair supermarkets, and the Grenadian General Insurance, an integral part of your hurricane preparedness plan.
This summer, make your dreams a reality with a Co-op Bank Summer Sizzle Loan. Get up to $20,000 and qualify for a chance to win a staycation at Silver Sands. Go on a vacation, enjoy the carnival season, have your dream wedding, or make home improvements. Make this summer sizzle with everything you want it to be. Visit your nearest retail banking unit for more details. Special terms and conditions apply.
Welcome home.
Cabinet approves implementation of new bus route. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the details to the news for Tuesday, July 9th, I am Leslie Ann Johnson. Cabinet has approved the implementation of a new bus route from Grandance to Grenville that could be in effect for the carnival season. The new route will begin at Grandance, going through Woodlands, St. David's and on to Grenville. This follows Cabinet's approval of an amendment to the road traffic bus route regulations. During the government's weekly post-cabinet briefing on Tuesday, Minister for Trade, Industry, Cooperatives and CARICOM Affairs, the Honourable Oliver Joseph, said the next process is to have this gazetted, and the plan is to issue a brown sticker and assign a different route number once this has been formalized. He says Cabinet also approved a recommendation to expand Zone 4 to end at Redgate instead of Beaton.
That's the bus that takes you up to St. David's using the, what we call the top road, St. Paul's, coming down. But at the moment, after you pass Pedmotor Junction, they will terminate at Beaton. So if you want to get to Redgate, you will have to get a next bus or some transport that will take you to Redgate. This extended route will take you to Redgate. So you take people there. Well, I think this is critical because I've heard a lot of complaint from people who wants to get to Redgate because from there you get the buses coming from St. George's quite easily to take you up. But if you drop out in Beaton, where they terminate at the moment, then it makes it extremely difficult. So Cabinet has approved to extend the route to Redgate.
Minister Joseph believes the changes can help to alleviate the challenges that some commuters face.
I'm particularly pleased as a representative from St. David's with this route because you have a lot of people from St. David's that comes to work in Grandlands but have to take a bus and go to the drop in the terminal and then take a next one and go to Grandlands. So now they're coming down. The bus from Grenville will come down, come through Woodlands, Grandlands Valley and go into Grandlands. So one bus will take them there. And also the expansion of the bus route to Redgate is one that I'm extremely pleased to see happening because I've always heard the complaint that when you drop in Beaton, you're not getting the next bus to go to Redgate. Where is the point that you have all the other traffic flowing from? So the Cabinet took the decision yesterday, so very soon it will be gazetted and the sticker will be issued.
The Spice Mass Corporation and the Ministry of Culture are partnering to encourage a deeper appreciation for Calypso. A radio program called Brass Tacks recently commenced, geared towards promoting artists locally and internationally. During the government's weekly post-cabinet briefing, Culture Minister Senator Norland Cox said over the years, interest and support for Calypso have declined, raising concerns among artists and organizing committees. He says too often the importance of Calypso is not emphasized.
Calypso is the genesis of everything soca and groovy, and so it is important that we pay some serious attention to make sure we secure this important cultural asset. So this program will be on again on Thursday, and we expect persons to continue to engage the program. There'll be various guests calling in, different Calypso music played, present, past, and so it's in an effort to get persons to get more acquainted with this special liking for Calypso.
Senator Cox says the program will be aired twice a week and will include features of artists past and present.
This initiative is led by the Cultural Foundation, and the host is, of course, the CEO of the Cultural Foundation, Ms. Shama Wells. I want to put on record for first airing of the program on Sunday. The feedback has been extremely positive, also locally and also on social media. I think we had over 2,500 people viewing the program. I think that was excellent. And we want to commend the Cultural Foundation and all our stakeholders who are working together with us to promote Calypso.
As a form of appreciation to those who have contributed to Calypso in Grenada, 2 veteran Calypsonians, Flying Turkey and Praying Mantis, will be awarded at this year's Dimanche Gras. Meanwhile, improvements are also being made in the Junior Calypso competition. Senator Cox says this year, junior artists will not pay any registration and processing fees. There will also be an increase in prize money for the competitors.
When we look at the prize monies for juniors, that is the only prize category in the increases that didn't fall within the 10 to 15% that are prescribed. We fall way outside of it. So the increases is much more than the 15% that we prescribed, because we believe that it was extremely low. So we increased it quite significantly. Well, the first prize, I think the first prize was $3,000. I think we increased it to $5,000. Yes. So that is much more than 15%. Not so?
This is the National Report. More news after the break.
Every summer, the Spice Island of Grenada is transformed into the Caribbean's biggest party, Spice Man.
Well, foreigners from all over coming down to Grenada.
Come experience the warmth of our people, trending theme fetes, the revelry, the pageantry, and why we are the Jab Nation. The Kids Our Future shines on August 3rd in the Children's Carnival Frolic and the Junior Calypso Show. 7 beauties take center stage as the Queen of Carnival is crowned on majestic Thursday, August 8th. The prestigious Soca and Groovy Monarchs are crowned on Carnival Friday night, August 9th. Enjoy the pulsating rhythms of the Still Pan at the Junior and the Senior Panorama on Carnival Saturday, August 10th, and Real Steel, August 17th. The March Gras crowns the Calypso Monarch on Carnival Sunday, August 11th. 2 days of frolicking in the Caribbean sun kicks off on Monday morning, August 12th, with the biggest duvet in the world, followed by pageant and Monday night mass. The creativity and splendor of our mass parades on the road Carnival Tuesday, August 13th. Join us in the Jab Nation of Grenada, August 8th to 12th for Spice Mass 2019. Many events, one carnival.
Continuing the news, 8 technicians from China were due to arrive in Grenada on Tuesday to undertake technical support and general maintenance on Grenada's National Stadium. The team, which will be in the country for 3 years, will be lending its expertise in technical capacity building for staff at the stadium and general repairs. This forms part of an agreement signed between Grenada and China in October 2017 on economic development and technical cooperation. The technical support and maintenance will begin on the Kirani James Athletic Stadium, after which the team will move on to the Cricket Stadium. Sports Minister Senator Nolan Cox says suitably qualified Grenadians will be chosen to understudy the team to ensure the process continues on conclusion of its 3-year assignment.
That is a major component of this engagement, even the agreement. So a lot of that is specifically written within the agreement that those training and capacity building will be conducted. So they have even asked us in terms of requirement to ensure that we have competent persons ready to receive those training. And so we really look forward to that, and we believe that will help in terms of cost savings, in terms of the efficiency and the operations, and the services that we provide at both facilities. As I said, we're starting now with the athletic stadium and the cricket stadium. We currently have the agreement before us. Cabinet has not finalized on it as yet. As soon as that is done, the public will be informed. But the work on the cricket stadium is far more extensive because of the stadium is about 10 years old, and so a lot of renovation works to be done there.
The Royal Grenada Police Force says it is investigating reports of an alleged lewd incident on board a boat which has since been making the rounds on social media. Head of the Community Relations Department, Superintendent Vanny Kerwin, says public acts of vulgarity will not be condoned. During an interview with the Government Information Service on Tuesday, Superintendent Kerwin gave the assurance that an update will be shared at the conclusion of their investigations.
We are particularly concerned with a particular video that is trending on social media, which depicts some acts of lewdness and indecency. In fact, there's been several talking points in our community on that particular video, which attracted the attention of law enforcement. We have therefore commissioned an inquiry and investigation into what might have happened in that particular incident. Acts of indecency in public places are not something that we condone, and it's something that we're going to vigorously pursue. At this particular point, our investigation is continuing. There's not very much I can say on this incident, but I do promise that there will be a statement from the RGPF once this investigation is concluded.
And that's the National Report. I'm Leslie Ann Johnson.
Hello? Yeah, there they are. Folks, just a couple of comments this morning. Just a couple of comments on the National Report. Anthony DeRigg says, regarding the incident on the boat, I must say that this will get worse as time goes on. The forces that encourage that kind of behavior are overwhelming, so says Anthony. Kipling says, why does government continue to make changes without consulting the people? That is what's being called mild dictatorship. Good or bad? Okay, Kippy. Fitzroy says, I'm tired of hearing about investigations and no results. Oh, you too, eh? Are you guys going to continue fooling the public? Yeah. All right, folks. You guys let them off pretty easy today. Break time, and then Sherron.
Conveniently located in the Grandstand Shopping Center, for over 40 years, Food Fair has provided quality service at affordable prices. Now, grocery shopping is made easier and more convenient from the Food Fair web store.
Hey, babe. Listen, I need you to go down to Food Fair to get some groceries.
All right, no problem. Right away.
Thanks, babe. What are you doing? You're supposed to be going Food Fair to get a grocery, man.
I am, but didn't you know you can order your groceries online from the Food Fair web store?
Are you serious?
Of course. All you have to do is just to log on to www.foodfair.gd with credit card in hand, and with an order of $100 or more, Food Fair Granadas will deliver up to 3 miles away. And you don't even have to worry about your information, you know. Their safety measures are excellent.
So hold on. You just order online and Food Fair will deliver to you?
Yep.
Oh, baby, better hurry up and order, man.
I already did. They should be here any minute now.
Enjoy easy online shopping anytime from your home or office from the Food Fair web store. Food Fair, where you can fill your baskets without emptying your pockets.
Juve chocolates, cocoa nibs, and cocoa balls from Diamond Estate Grenada are now available at Amazon.com, Amazon.ca, Amazon.co.uk, and GrenadaMarket.com. Try their sensational touch of nutmeg and a touch of ginger chocolates, 75% dark and rich, 100% pure cocoa, and their 60% dark and sweet chocolate bars today. Amazon Prime members enjoy free shipping on these orders in the USA, Canada, and Europe. GrenadaMarket.com. When you can't come to the island, the products of the island will come to you.
A natural disaster can change your life in minutes. Preparation is the best protection for your family and business. Prepare now. Create a disaster plan and make sure everyone knows what to do. Store water, non-perishable food, and medication. Remember basic emergency supplies such as batteries and flashlights. Trim overhanging trees. If trees near power lines are unsafe to trim, call GRENADA at 237 for assistance or advice. Install surge protectors to safeguard your electrical devices against outages and intermittent surges. For more information, visit GRENADA.com.
GRENADA, energizing our Grenada.
All right, here we go. And I'm going to begin by saying happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. George, you have the right to remain silent. Anything. My father actually said that to me one day. He says, George, I tried singing. You have the right to remain silent, and anything that you sing may be held against you in a court of law.
Wow.
Happy birthday, Sherron. How are you?
Thank you. I am truly blessed.
Truly blessed.
Truly blessed.
So you're old enough to have the car keys now.
Car keys and house door keys and all of the keys. Yes.
Sherron, I'm terribly sorry I wasn't able to make it to celebrate with you, but it's been a long, long weekend. Good to see you, though. Now, right off the bat, this morning you told me there was something you wanted to mention when you came in here this morning, so you get started, because I got a couple of things I want to take up with you as well.
Right. I wanted to touch on not hurricane preparedness so much, but disaster preparedness. This morning it struck me that the sea, because I go walk, and this morning I had a swim after my walk in Granadas, and the water was so warm that it disturbed me, because when the water is warm, it's an indication of hurricane and the weather and stuff like that. So I normally tell people when they say, oh, the water is warm, that's not so good. And when you hear people complain about the Sahara dust, actually there's a positive sign to the Sahara dust, because when you see the dust, you know that a hurricane may not form.
It suppresses formation, yes.
Right,
Yeah.
it breaks up the... So, when we look at some things we think are good for us, not that good, and something we think bad is
Not that bad.
not all that bad.
Yeah, yeah.
So just little things, and just remind people, start organizing yourself. From March, April, I normally start storing foods that's easy, you don't have to use fire and stuff like that. Start storing your water. If about 2 weeks pass, and you could use it for washing and refill, but little things like that. Make sure you have batteries, make sure you have good flashlights. I personally do not like candles and stuff because of fire.
Fire hazard.
So they're really good flashlights that you could use. And those of you abroad who's listening and you want to send something home to your folks, or you're coming home for carnival or whenever, and you want to know what to bring, a decent flashlight, two decent flashlights. I make sure that when I was abroad in February, March, I got flashlights for every room in my house. Everybody know exactly where to put their hand on a flashlight if the light goes off. And I get the small ones for the vehicles as well. So, you know, you have to prepare yourself at all times. Expect the unexpected.
Absolutely. Since you mentioned hurricane season, I hate to do this, but I got to ask you this question. Have you heard of the list of shelters yet?
No, I have not heard. I have not seen it. And there are some that I know are shelters because, you know, I've been involved with NADMA since they were Nero. I was a volunteer there. And this is the first year that I got no information from them. I haven't been asked to participate in anything. I hear there was an exercise. So I guess I'm now on the bad book. So that's all right, too.
Well, you and me, we're both in the bad books,
Yeah.
but that's okay. You know, it's pathetic because we're into the second month of the hurricane season, Sherron.
Right.
And no shelters. And during the first week of the hurricane season, I, with my own ears, heard the minister say that the list will be out next week because they're still doing repairs on some. And should we get hit by a hurricane, you hear them come up with some BS excuse. That really
Exactly.
ticks me off, you know.
Exactly.
Do these people really have the lives of the Grenadian people at heart?
Not really. And the last couple of years when you go up to NADMA and you see, I mean, everybody's get there and do nothing. I remember the Trevor Thwaites, Ray Roberts, and myself. You were part of the group at one stage for the yes.
Yeah.
And slowly but surely it's down to maybe one person who is based in NADMA. Many times in preparation for hurricane or storm, I remember manning the radio station on my own all night. But they think they could do it, so let them.
I pulled away this year. I really pulled away because, yes, I used to attend the meetings up at Fort Frederick. And a couple of years ago, they got really ticked off at me because I'm somebody who believes that once you see, during the hurricane season, you got to keep Grenadians alert, okay? Look at the United States. A hurricane coming off the coast of Africa ain't going to reach the U.S. for about 2 weeks, okay? But you know what? As soon as they see something come off the coast of Africa, all over the United States, you hear them telling, hey, we're keeping an eye on this as it comes across the Atlantic.
Right.
So I felt it was important to do the same. Because before a storm gets to the U.S., it gets here, okay? So whenever I saw something developing after coming off the African coast, I would go on the air and tell the people, hey, we don't know what it is, but look, there's something coming off there, be on guard, okay? Well, they got ticked off for me because they had a policy that you do not tell the Grenadian people until the thing is halfway across the Atlantic.
Exactly.
And they were accusing me of being an alarmist for putting out these alerts. And you know what? I said, do me a favor. Take me to court. Take me to court. Because I felt it's important enough to help the Grenadian people protect their lives than satisfy some egos. We're not going to tell them until it's about halfway across the Atlantic.
Yeah.
Please.
When it reaches you and you can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
You know, I normally monitor the storms coming off the African coast. And anytime I see something come off at like 7 degrees, I get concerned. Because if it comes off at 10 degrees, it more than likely go north.
That's
but
right.
Something coming off at 7 degrees and you monitor it, by the time it starts lifting north, it's on us. And even if it's not a hurricane, the rains, you remember the last time River Road flooded? That was not last year.
Yeah.
You remember,
Well, we had several of
Hurricane
them.
Emily on
Yeah.
the 13th of July?
Nah, these guys, they're not serious. They're not serious. I see here, Ann Thomas is saying, no politician has Grenadian people at heart. The answer is no.
And she's quite right. It's all ego. It's all about them. And I mean, it's not good for a country to have 100% government and no opposition. And the last cycle, and now this one with, let's say, not 8 years now, because it's not America, it's 10 years of the same people. And now they're so full of their own importance that they don't care about us. They don't. And I could tell any of them that to their face. I've been there. I've supported them. I know who they are. Almost, you know, the saying, you know where the bones are buried. So you know who they are. I know, I could tell you who you could speak to, who is nice and who genuinely nice and who full of their own importance.
Absolutely.
I know them.
By the way, Ann Thomas, she says she's in the United States and she's listening to us. Thank you, Ann. I'm assuming that you're new to this group. We welcome you with open arms. And by the way, to Hazel Ferguson is saying good morning, everyone, and happy birthday to the beautiful lady. Blessings for many more. And Kipling Francis, your boyfriend, is saying, whoa, happy birthday, Sherron.
Thank you. I'm all of 64.
And he's wishing that God will grant you many, many more healthy years.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And as I told all my friends yesterday, 64 is the new 46. I remember when my mother was like 60 something and I thought, oh my God, I have to pray even harder because that means she's going to soon die. I thought 60 was like old. And now the way I feel, 64 is the new 46.
You're catching up with me, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But keep going. I'm in the way.
September is what, 2 months away? Yeah, I'll be 68.
Okay.
Yeah. Sherron, so you got disaster preparedness or hurricane preparedness off your chest. I can't let you go this morning without asking you, you've seen all the brouhaha about the incident on the Rum Runner Sunday.
Yeah.
Let me have your thoughts. And what have you been hearing? Because there's all kinds of stuff out there.
Well, I saw that they were saying it's the guy's belt. And I look at it, I enlarged it, I had a good look, and I thought, how disgusting. And you could even see the reaction of the people around. Like they turned their heads away and, you know, embarrassment. And I think that, you know, just when you're talking about the staff on the boat, and I wonder, what would I have done if I was a member of staff and seen that? Go stop him. You can hit a person. Should we just throw you overboard to cool down, maybe? What? It is just totally disgusting.
While there were some people who turned their heads away, yes, you probably noticed that there are others who were focused on what was going on. And I've heard the argument about it being a belt. You know, like I just said, I'm 67. I've never had a belt in my life that has been so
You've never
erect.
You've never seen an erected belt?
I've never seen an erected belt.
Or is it a belt with an erection, whichever one? It was disgusting. And if they're using Carnival to do that, and you know, it's bad enough. Were they drunk? And the woman has no sort of respect for herself, nor the man. You can't just blame the woman. Both of them, I think they should find out who they are. They should charge them for indecent exposure. He should be charged for indecent exposure, even if it's a belt.
Yes.
Look where his pants was.
Well, I'm sure you heard the commissioner, not commissioner, but superintendent of police last night saying that when they find out who, charges are likely to be laid.
Good. Okay. I'd like to see that.
Now, you know, one of the sad things about this, I don't know if you remember, when you look at that video in the top right-hand corner, there's a gentleman who was wearing a yellow T-shirt, okay? I've been told that man was a security guard.
Oh.
Yeah. Apparently the Rum Runner, they put security people on board. In the interest of the safety and security of their guests, their passengers,
Okay.
they put security on board. And that man, and he sat there just, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we've come to.
Well, if that's what we come to, it's sad. And I think somebody mentioned, was it Mr. DeRiggs, that is just going to get worse?
Yeah, yeah. Another issue is the person who actually shot that video. Okay, now, let's say that you're shooting the video in the interest of, you're concerned about what you see happening and you think it's wrong. So wouldn't you take that video to the police or to the owners of the boat or whoever?
Right.
No.
Post.
Huh?
Post it.
Post it. Social
Yeah.
media.
That's where we come to. I saw a young lady who I know very well objecting the other day because apparently her daughter had an accident in the car with a drink, and she was having her vehicle cleaned, and she was scolding her daughter, and somebody saw it fit to take a video of her scolding her daughter and put it on Facebook and criticize her for chastising her child. Now, I know that person very well, and I know she don't hit her child, but she is very strict otherwise. And I think what is Grenada coming to? That any little thing you do, somebody feel they could record you and post it on social media.
Yeah.
It's really disgusting. And until somebody sue somebody for that,
Yeah.
they wouldn't stop. But we need to make an example of some of these people.
No, the idea of suing somebody, I was talking to somebody else a couple of days ago, and the person was saying to me that this is an incident. When it comes to the Electronic Act, apparently you cannot go into somebody's private property and videotape them in such an act and go put it in social media.
Right.
But apparently, it's a horse of a different color. And actually, it's an attorney I heard talking about this, saying that this incident happened in public. Makes a difference.
Okay.
Boy, when when Ruggles comes in here on Monday of next week, I really hope, he'll take a look at that issue and explain to us the legalities, because it's real troubling.
Maybe you could talk to him in advance so he come prepared to discuss the
Yeah.
Electronic
Well,
Act.
actually, he's the one who mentioned what I just said.
Okay.
John Bruno says, "Don't expect anything from the police. The expression on the officer's face in making the announcement tells you all."
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. And he goes on to say here, we're talking about people publishing stuff like this on social media. He says, "We do it for the likes." Everybody wants to be liked on Facebook. Oh, yes, girl, yes, girl, yes, girl. What else would you like to get off your chest this morning?
Well, just reaching out to my people in Pitamartinic, because I know a lot of them listen. Even if they don't listen to it live, they go back based on the feedback. So I'm going to see you, I think, next week.
Oh, really?
I want to run up there for a couple of days.
Will you be up there on a Wednesday?
To do. I could be, because I was planning to go up like on Monday. My brother Ian is on Union Island, so I want to run across on Union Island and see what he's doing there, what's he up to. And my sister, who passed in April, she was cremated and requested that her ashes be brought to Pitamartinic. So I have to go and make sure that my grandfather's grave, where she wants it to be, is all okay. And just to check on my godmother and So if you want me to be in Petit Martinique on Wednesday, I will be.
Well, yeah. I mean, we could do the program from Petit Martinique, and we'll probably have, invite a couple of people up there to say hi to us. And so.
Okay.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Okay.
Dominic Patrice is saying, good morning, cuz.
That's my good cuz.
He keeps mackoing you, eh?
We have a thing about each other. Us, Roberts, gang.
Okay. All right, Sherron, thanks again, as always, for gracing us on a Wednesday morning. Good to see you, girl.
Yeah.
And you let me know so I can I like to tip off people. So we'll say, hey, Sherron's going to be in PM.
Yes, I'm going to, today's Wednesday. Today's Kaluki Day. So I'm going to get some lionfish for tonight. I'm hosting tonight. And I'll know by tomorrow if I'm definitely going up on Monday.
Okay, now here's a note that you should be interested in. Ann Thomas. I'm not sure, I could be wrong, but I think Ann's joining us for the first time this morning. Ann says, Mr. Grant, excuse me, wait a minute. Let me read this properly. Mrs. Grant? I just bigging up this woman and she's calling me Mrs. Grant?
Uh-oh.
MRS Grant? And I think she meant Mr. Grant. Anyhow, Anne says, Mr. Grant, could you tell the people of Carriacou thanks for teaching the youth how to play gator? What's gator?
I don't have a clue. What's gator?
And go back to the old time days. Sherron doesn't know. Well, Sherron is Petit Martinique, but I mean.
Yeah. I know Ann Thomas, and she's in New York, but I think she's Ann Thomas Bethel. She was from Grenada, originally married to one of my relatives.
Well, this person is in the U.S. Are you Ann Thomas Bethel? Anyway. And she's saying happy birthday to your host. She's my guest.
Yes.
And hello.
Go to bed and wake up again.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, Sherron.
All right.
We'll see you next week.
Definitely.
All right.
Take care. Bye.
Easy living should be convenient. With Grenec, it is. Dial 237 for any Grenec department, or for customer service, streetlight outages, or if it's unsafe to trim a tree near a power line. For streetlights and service issues, please note the pole number. From just about anywhere, you can also check your bill balance and other account information. Just keep your Grenec access number handy. Dial 237 for Grenec. It's that easy. Grenec, energizing our Grenada.
Juve chocolates, cocoa nibs, and cocoa balls from Diamond Estate Grenada are now available at Amazon.com, Amazon.ca, Amazon.co.uk, and GrenadaMarket.com. Try the sensational touch of nutmeg and a touch of ginger chocolates, 75% dark and rich, 100% pure cocoa, and their 60% dark and sweet chocolate bars today. Amazon Prime members enjoy free shipping on these orders in the USA, Canada, and Europe. GrenadaMarket.com. When you can't come to the island, the products of the island will come to you.
Can I have a chicken lunch, please? Large.
Real nice today.
I don't want that.
But you just asked for a chicken lunch.
I don't have problem with the lunch. Afraid the container.
What is the problem with it?
These styrofoam containers, they don't good for the environment. They shorten with life.
What foolishness you telling me? So what you want me to use?
Put my food in this. Where you get that? At the food fair, where you could get all biodegradable food boxes and disposable food supplies like cups, plates, anything you could think about. Name it, it's there. And they don't harm the environment. Food fair, taking the lead in cleaning up and protecting the environment. Hey, like you take me advice, you get in your biodegradable food supplies.
Well, girl, I supporting who's supporting the environment. That is why I shop in at food fair.
Food fair, where you can fill your baskets without emptying your pockets. Products distributed by Hubbard's agency, Kirani James Boulevard.
Alrighty, folks, parting word before we hightail it out of here on a Wednesday morning. This morning we turn to the book of Romans, Romans chapter 12, verses 17 to 21. Do not repay anyone evil for evil. Be careful to do what is right in the eyes of everyone. If it is possible, as far as it depends on you, live at peace with everyone. Do not take revenge, my dear friends, but leave room for God's wrath. For it is written, it is mine to avenge. I will repay, says the Lord. On the contrary, if your enemy is hungry, feed him. If he's thirsty, give him something to drink. In doing this, you will heap burning coals on his head. Do not be overcome by evil, but overcome evil with good. Romans chapter 12, 17 to 21. And on that note, my dear friends, this is where Georgie Porgy is going to take off, go do some chores, and extend an invitation to you not only to join us every morning for the rest of the week, Gudday Grenada, but also on Sunday morning. Got a couple of really interesting topics coming up. That gentleman, Mr. Dennis Charles, is going to be back. He's the gentleman who's talking about, how to create wealth. But this week, he's going to be joined by somebody from the Grenada Cooperative Bank. Yaman. Interesting segment. And of course, as I mentioned to you, we're also going to be taking a look at these incredible phone bills which have been popping up. Somebody was asking this morning if they know anyone who can help him to pay his phone bill. Well, when you find somebody, ask them to pay mine as well, okay? God bless you, my dear friends. You have a great day.